Gotta put my lotion on, you guys. Hi. How's everybody doing? I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. I hope you had lots of good food. I hope you had some peace and joy in your life. I hope everything is beautiful. Good to see you all back. Look at our new set. What do you think of the set? I went with purple and snow. Because at least you get an idea of what it looks like in my world all the time. I'm in central Wisconsin in the United States, and we get snowstorms all the time. I call it dusting a foot of snow at this point. But welcome to 1111 True Crime. Mama D coming back at you again for a little bit of time together. We got all afternoon, darling. I want to talk to you about Summer Wells. Let's go back to Ben Hill, 110 Ben Hill Road. I should have named the video, instead of a mountain, you know, the truth being buried under a mountain of lies, I should have done Hill of Lies. Maybe, maybe not. With you on the purple, definitely not the snow. You're stuck with the snow, baby, just like me. As long as I've got the snow, you get in the snow. Hearts from Julie. The set looks great. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Hey, Nikki UK, I just sent out your package. I sent out Nana Boom's package. I sent out Jennifer Swain's package. And, hold on a minute, there was a package. The name, Cheryl. I'm not going to say last name. I don't want to dox you. Cheryl, I will be emailing you. I ran tracking on that package. And you got a choice. You can either let me reship it to you. As you see on the tracking, it's been stuck in one location forever. So I went and did the tracking today, and I will replace it or refund. Your choice. All right? But I will email you too, just in case you're not watching. Hey, Renee. Good to see you. So as you know, YouTube is now sponsoring us. Woo, woo, woo. I'm so happy. I'm so delighted. Anyway, we do have a shop. It's over here. YouTube don't pay the bills, but I still want to do these cases. And so everybody that visits the shop or even looks at something, thank you for the support. Thanks for checking it out. There are tons of absolutely beautiful items in there. There might be something for you. I self-sponsor. YouTube finally, after all these years, was like, you won't sponsor other people, so do you want to sponsor yourself? And I'm like, yes, I do. So yes, happy Boxing Day, everybody. We have the Christmas goat. Okay, he's in his little Christmas outfit, right? Let's get that energy flowing a little bit. He's the screaming goat. All right. So, yay to the set, right? I love it. I love it. We've got, over here on this side, we've got whoever we're talking about. And this is actually going to be used for the information for tip line on both the bottom and the top. And then in the middle is all the videos I've done in the past year, right? So you can check it out over here. This is just a B-roll, if you will, of all the videos, like there's today's. Down here, I'm giving you a tour of the set just so you know what's going on, right? Because it's a lot of change. Down here, we've actually got, which, okay, let me get over here. This is our PowerPoint that I always work on. But let's say we want to make it big for you to be able to see. Look at this set. Isn't this awesome? I worked so hard, you guys. So we can change this. Like this is a little thing. I'll show you what Chris McDonough something Dawn said. Well, maybe. Look at that.
My life, girls hitting on me. I've been to places in California where I've been to some places where there were little kids, where people were trying to sell these little kids.
That's horrible. And that freaking you out? So that gives us our ability to do that. And then over here, we've got our pinned comments. So I pinned Debbie Gazzardo's comment. She says, please like, subscribe, share, and hype this important video. I don't know if we're important. I don't know if I like those words. I don't feel important. She says important channel though. And you are important. So I'll go with it. I'm not important. Summer Wells is important, right? Summer Moon Utah Wells is extremely important. And today we're going to be talking about not leaving the hill. So you're going to hear people that say things like, I'm still on the hill. And you're like, what are you talking about? I've even heard Chris McDonough say he hasn't left the hill. He's still on the hill. And when it comes to missing children, you guys, we have a motto here at 1111, right? Our private eyes, whether we're a member or you are a member, you're still a private eye. You're still investigating into the case. You're still looking for the answers. You're still investing your energy, your time to try to get to the bottom of this and get all the lies peeled off. To do that, we have a motto. When it comes to someone missing, leave no stone unturned, right? That's our motto. Leave no stone unturned. And so we have to look at every avenue. We can't lock into this or that or this and so forth or that. So we have to broaden our thought process. And even if it isn't something that maybe you or I or the neighbor has thought of, or we haven't given time to it, if others are thinking about it, like Chris McDonough. So I was watching him on the interview room. Hats off to you, sir. And I was thinking to myself, wow, I never knew Chris thought that. So he was going through and answering comments and reading comments. And he asked the question, what do you think happened to Summer Wells? And so everybody was listing out their idea, real short, because chat was flying. And he read one specific one that said, I believe she was playing hide and seek and got in that fridge. And I was like, oh my golly, that fridge did get moved too. But what was so shocking to me, because Chris did the interviews with not only Candus in person, face to face, but also on the phone with Don Wells. He got pretty much right in the heart of it with Summer. He did some intense interviews with Hunter, the boy that was along with Summer, and Grandma, who they call Grandus, and then the mother on that last day. He's been in that property. Do you remember Candus took McDonough into the dungeon? Do you guys remember that? He literally was like, you gotta be kidding me, girl. And she's like, well, if my 6-foot husband can do it, I think you can too. It blew my mind. But Chris McDonough responds to it and says, I do know that the kids were really into their favorite game, hide and seek. Jose even spoke about it. Now, if you don't know who Jose was, let me back you up a little bit. Before Summer goes missing, this is much before, Donnie, the dad, has moved off to Utah or staying there because he's got work. He took Josie, the oldest boy, with him, and they are in Utah. Meanwhile, we don't know all what went back I don't even know if I want to be in this mental place, but we've got Candus, the 2 younger boys, and Summer all staying at the house on the hill, 110 Ben Hill Road. Plus, we have a friend named Allie, Hunter's mother. She's staying there with all of her children. And I know she's got quite a few, but I know for sure she's got the daughter and Hunter, and I think some others. I don't know. Let me know. Tell us, right? They're all staying there. Meanwhile, this gets so freaking bizarre, and I've heard this story a billion times, and I still can't quite explain it because it didn't quite even make any sense, but a truckload of people come down from New York. And what they're supposed to do with a house, they can't do with a house. And they end up like homeless down there. And so Candus takes them in. Jose moves in. Full-grown male. While her husband's in another state with their oldest boy. Okay? So Jose starts hooking up with the other female mother in the home that's staying there. I said Allie, Hunter's mom. And they get allegedly something going on. Let's just put that over there in therapy land. Because no. All right? God rest her soul. I can't. Okay. Let's see if we can keep going here. There's so much to it. Hearts from Julie. Welcome to Private Eyes. I don't sing it good, but you are so welcomed into our beautiful Private Eyes. We thank you so much, my lovely. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I looked it up, you guys. I can never play the song. It will demonetize everything. It's that important. I thought, well, maybe I could buy like a 15-second snip of it that we could own and share. No, we can't. So we'll figure it out another way. But thank you so much for joining Hearts from Julie. We appreciate you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my love. So back to Jose. He has a fling going on with Allie, but whoop. Candus, there's a rumor that Candus also gets in the mix. So this could have been, I don't want to ruin your unpacking day, so I'll just put it as a 3-way light bulb and just leave it at that. Y'all, if we've only got 33 likes on this, I'll just wait until we get at least some more. I'll grab a drink while you go hit the like button. I do appreciate your likes very much. And you guys, I get a huge report every week from YouTube that tells me how many hypes we're getting. Holy snarkies, Batman. Thank you. Thank you for the hypes. Thank you for the likes. And thank you to all of you that are subbing up. We are almost at 40,000. So whenever that day comes, it comes. I'm in no hurry. I'm just grateful for when you tune in with me. Oh, I am just so glad you joined us. Thank you, Hearts from Julie. All right, you guys. Well, the likes went up a little. Okay. All right. Let's talk about Jose. Candus and Jose have something go on that is alleged. However, it's pretty strongly alleged because all of a sudden, Allie breaks it off with Jose and she gone off the hill. Calls up the police and says, I want my kids off that hill. I can't go up there and get them. They won't come down. So I'm giving you just the short, brief thing. Jose's the one that was interviewed also by Chris McDonough, if I'm not mistaken. And he went into great detail about their favorite game that they like to play, which was, anybody know? Hide and seek. All right. So now I'm thinking like Chris McDonough was when he brings this up in the response to that comment of the person talking about hide and seek and the fridge. And then you know how your mind does that whole like woo, 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 and it like speeds everything up and starts clicking all the stuff you know, and then you end up with a notebook like I have. Hold on, I gotta get my profiler notebook because I was writing everything down as fast as it came out of my head. Now I do sell these wonderful little notebooks in the shop if you want it, but let's get it open. It's kind of locked because it's my true crime book, and I don't want like something to happen to it because it's all my notes. So give it a minute. All right. Oh, and remind me to talk to you about the foul play deck. I've got this awesome idea and I need your help on it. All right, we'll do that at the end if I remember. Remember, foul play deck. And we'll see. So hide and seek. Dawn beats the heck out of the refrigerator. Anybody remember this? I gotta take my shoes off, my slippers. Laura Heiler, private eyes. How many months? A year. Woo, woo, woo. You get the goat. You get the goat. That was weird. I don't even know. Like, I don't know what just happened. I was like, go. And I couldn't quit. Ah, that's too funny. Thank you so much, Laura. That's amazing. Full year. Thank you. Thank you very much. So happy that you're one of our beautiful private eyes. Hey, Nikki. Welcome back, Salon. I can't talk today. Selena. Wow. I'm totally sorry I misspoke. Hi, Nikki, UK Lovely. Carla. Allison. How you doing, Allison? I think we're going to do you over here, too. You know what I mean? And get your mind out of the gutter. There is your key, my lovely. Your wrench, your wrench. Allison is our newest mod squad there. And they are our private eye mod squad. And we just gave Allison her wrench because Allison is so supportive and so amazing. And thank you for being you, my lovely. So, there you are, there you are. How's everybody else doing? Hippie Queen, thanks for coming back. Thank you. Good to see you. Hello, Miss Carla Burjon. Hey, Sarah. What's going on with you? Hello to you at Replay Land. I love you so much. Thank you incredibly much for tuning in on Replay. We're going to get really going here. We'll get going. We'll get going. Carla, 17 months as a private eye. That just cracks me up. I got to get a better jingle. I'll have to work on it. Behind the scenes, I'll be like, private eyes are watching you. Please hit the like button for Mama D. Thank you. Thank you, Carla. Thank you so very, very much. Greatly appreciate. Yes! Skies, you're on it. Dawn hitting the fridge was so strange. I did not have time to grab the clip because of Christmas, on Boxing Day, family, friends, all that good stuff. So I just have to rely on you to either do your own homework today and go find the clip, or in your mind replay it where he just out of the blue, during an interview, Don Wells, who has like a stick in his hand, does he have two sticks, like one in each hand? Or just one? But he just loses it on this fridge. Now keep in mind, do I have a picture of that fridge? I think I do, but I don't know for sure. Hold a moment. I have so much info on this child's life. It's amazing. I'm looking. I don't think I'm seeing it. They tell us timeline. No. So I'm going to have to take you through a mental walkthrough of the property for a moment so that you can see where the fridge is. Then remember, on the interview, the fridge has been taken off that area and is in a completely different location, as far as I know. But it's a double door fridge that opens like, that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? The doors, two doors, right? 2-door fridge. That sounds so weird. Francis says, finally caught alive. Always have to watch on replay. Awesome, Francis. Thank you, lovely. So happy you're joining us. Hey, Laura. Good to see you. Love and Light is here. Did you hear about the kids? They found kids from Tennessee. What? What kids? Did you hear about the found kids from Tennessee? I'm going to Google that. Whoops. Here comes a truth train. Found kids in Tennessee. I got nothing. Who? That would really be good. Oh, I'm in shock. Thank you. Oh, Allison. Listen, True Train. Let's see. Okay. Listen to this. Let me switch it over. How do I do it? Hold on. We're going to go. We would go to our opener, and then I would load the website. And then I turn the website on. Okay. I love our new set. This is from December 17th. It was updated of this year. So, wow, last week. Man charged after missing Tennessee juveniles found in Dyer County house. Memphis, Tennessee. A man has been arrested in Dyer County after missing juveniles were found staying in his house, authorities say. Brendan Puckett is charged with 3 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor, the Dyer County Sheriff's Office says today. Puckett is on probation for actually battering involving a minor in Dyer County. Let me close this. No thanks. Go away. The Sheriff's Office said 2 missing children from Crockett County, Tennessee, were found in Puckett's house on Monday, following an investigation by county authorities. Holy buckets. The 2 had been staying in Puckett's house for a couple of weeks, authorities said. Tuesday, Sheriff Jeff Box announced that while serving warrants at the Puckett's house, a 3rd juvenile was found and released to his mother in Arkansas. Holy shnikes! The case remains active, and Box said more charges against Puckett could be coming. The Sheriff's Office said their investigation began Monday after they received a tip about the missing Tennessee children. Box said they were confirming missing through the National Crime Information Center. The safety and well-being of our children is our top priority, and I am proud of my team. We are committed to protecting young people in our community, and these charges reflect our ongoing efforts to hold individuals accountable for their actions, Box said in a statement. Anyone with additional information is urged to contact investigator Jeremy Codwell with the Criminal Investigation Division of the Dyer County Sheriff's Office at 731-285-2802. Wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing that. 42 kids have been found in Florida, some in Tennessee. I don't always believe that one. That one where they're like throwing out, you don't hear the story about individual kids. It's almost like they're always finding all these hundreds of missed kids all at once in Florida, but you don't ever hear about the missing kids missing before that. I don't know. It's just weird. We have Amber Alerts for a reason. If that many children were missing, we'd be having Amber Alerts all the time. So I don't buy into that Florida one that much. But this is crazy. Brendan Puckett. That's wild. So, yeah, that's what the story says. That's exactly my point. Sarah lives in Florida and didn't hear about that one. And it's like every week on YouTube, a new video with the same cop, the same team, and they're always saving 482 kids from Florida. This time it's 39 kids from Florida. This time it's 89 kids from Florida. And I'm like, where are all these missing kids? Missing posters and information? Because if I go to the missing center, National Center for Missing Exploited Children, Florida does not have that many Amber Alerts or even that many missing kids all at once. You know, that I think would put off some serious stuff. A week ago. Yeah. Let me get caught up, you guys. Greeneville is our longest term member. 50 months as a private eye. I'm watching you. We're watching all the bad guys, right? We got our eyes on them. Thank you, Greeneville. I love you so much. Thank you so much. I love you. I'm throwing my love at you. Thank you, Greeneville love. I know, right, Carla? She's the longest term member. Yeah, it was a DOJ special investigation. It always is. I'm telling you, something wrong there. I just don't buy their stories. I feel like there's a little AI in that or something. Jennifer Swain, 35 months as a private eye. Y'all, I've got to come up with a better jingle. Tell me what we're supposed to say. We're watching them. Sarah, my phone would be going crazy. I'm with Sarah 1,000%. I was born in Florida. I have all kinds of stuff on my phone from being there. I just think I would know more because I do watch a lot of the actual news. And yeah, I mean, it's always the same YouTube video. It's a little wild for me. Laugh every time the Christmas goat comes out, says Allison. It's every week though, love. Light and love, love and light. It's every week, like I've been watching it for months. It's every week, like it's almost like here comes the video, boom. And I'm like, this ain't right. Hi, Andrea. Hello, lovely. Kylie, lovely. I checked. It finally arrived. It delivered. It got through customs and all that and Christmas. And it looks like it arrived on Christmas Eve. So if you haven't, go check your mail. You say, I love Christmas Goat. He has a stick around post-Xmas. Absolutely. Yeah, watch for it. All right, let's get back into Summer Wells, right? Let me close this off. So Chris McDonough says that he hasn't left the Hill, 110 Ben Hill. And that's how a lot of people believe. Thinking of the way that Don behaved with the fridge, thinking of the whole big picture of suspecting an accident could have possibly happened, and then they covered it up because we have the suspicion of SA in the family, so they may have covered it up, right? So don't really have a chance. Okay, let's put it this way. Let me put it stronger. if it's an accident with Summer Wells, a lot of people will ask, why would they cover it up? So you're not of the thinking as a criminal, because you're not a criminal. So naturally, if it's an accident, the normal thing for you, because you're a decent human being and love your children, is to call 911, get help immediately, no matter what. Now you have to think about if it's that kind of a home where we have suspicion of SA, rugs, nasty. They're not necessarily wanting the cops to be evaluate, or the doctors to be evaluating this child in depth, right? Because now there's going to be a lot of explaining to do, right? Candus and Dawn, right? You both know it, right? The two of you watching. I don't know what that means. I think I'm talking to Candus and Dawn right now. I really do. And so, in theory, right, if an accident happened and there was SA, now we've listened in depth, well, you certainly can if you haven't, what happened to Dawn's stepsister and how his relationship with her from the time she was 5 till she was approximately 12 was extremely inappropriate to the highest degree, and it's sickening what he did with her. And he knew damn well he wasn't supposed to. 12-year-olds, no. Keep in mind, if she was 5 and he was 12, and then she's 12, there's 7 years on to 12. That's a 19-year-old. So nasty. Okay, if that's all true, it wasn't once in a while. It was daily. Daily. Then you have to go back before she came out and told us all the details, and the other women that were, okay? Remember, Jody Sue is telling us all that rugs are being sold so the little ones, right, could be put to sleep and things happen. So if you're asking, well, if it was an accident, they would have just called 911. Would they? Would they really? What if they did the blood work on the children, the child, and any of that is true? Then it comes back, all hell breaks loose, right? It's everything's up. Gig's up. Gig is up. So, if we get past that point of having to explain away an accident and think of it in a criminology way, in a criminal way, and we put on our private eyes, right? Maybe you could see that even if it's an accident, they're going to cover it up. Now, the mother wasn't home. We know that from the 911 call. It's established right off the bat. Regardless of what she said she did to Chris McDonough or what she told us she did, the 911 call, this dispatcher states the mother wasn't home. I don't care if she walked, I don't care if she drove, I don't care if she ran, she wasn't on the property, because the 911 dispatcher tells the others that the mother had left the property. Now, if we listen to the mother, she claims that she told the boys, keep an eye on your sister. Grandma's taking a nap. Okay? That's where that's where I am. Summer, her brothers, it's a beautiful day out. It's now later in the afternoon, early afternoon, like Leslie Earhart says. Summer went missing, they believe, in early afternoon. Between 2 and 3:30 is early enough afternoon. Right, Deborah says, I believe you're right, Deborah Dixon. she wasn't home because Candus, the mother, was allegedly taking Hunter home. Yeah. Ooh, I will. A cousin of Candus's called in Dolly. Are you sure that was today? Because there was a lady that called in like months and months ago that was a cousin of Candus's. And she talked about Marlena and Journey and all that on there. So are you sure that was today? Because I think that was a while ago. Jennifer, they wouldn't call 911 if it was an accident because of past abuse. Very likely. Kylie says, does anyone remember the lady that called Dolly Vision saying she was... Yes, she was Candus's cousin. And the cousin says Candus was gone for over 3 hours taking Hunter home. See, that makes more sense. A lot more sense. Right, Nikki, she was taking Hunter home and not fixing the mom's knee brace. Yeah, right, Kylie, a while ago. Yes, it's that call. Okay, yeah. That's what I thought. That was a long time ago. We even did a video of that. Yeah, you got to check your date because sometimes it's old information. It's hard to keep track of all of the information in these cases, isn't it? And then you got to deal with AI throwing out the stupidest crap. And I've begun to report those true AIs that are fooling. Like there was one where they didn't even show a picture of Summer. They showed a brown-haired, brown-eyed AI child and was calling that girl Summer. And I was so mad because I'm like, this is a missing child. Her image is so important to get out there. How dare you put a false image for her face? No. Got people out there thinking that's real, looking for Summer Wells, who, according to that video, would have dark brown eyes, dark complexion, and dark hair. And I'm like, oh my golly. All right. So, I got to thinking about the mother not being there, right? So if she left the property to take Hunter home and Grandma's sleeping, could the boys have been playing at the latter part of the time frame? Because now keep in mind, if Summer gets in the fridge, you feel me, and closes the doors. Now I was going to do the walkthrough of the property. Here it is. So think of this as the house right in the middle. So I'll put my hand here as there's the circle drive, right? On this side of the property, closest to you, is the school bus and the broken down vehicles. On the opposite side is the old blue truck with the boys' bikes, motorbikes leaned up against it. Now if we go to this direction, we have the camper, Grandma's camper. And then if we go this direction, we have Summer Swing. So you have the house and you have Summer Swing here. There's a electrical pole that runs straight up at the edge of the property. So it's between the blue truck that has the mini bikes and Summer Swing. And so you've got that driveway. So it's across the driveway. And yeah. So yeah, it's right on the same, like there's the donut, right? Because you've got the inner circle, which is the actual house and the swing. And then you have the driveway. And then you have the outer edge of the donut, which is all these other sightings that I just went over. So on the inner part of the donut hole is the property with the house, is the pole, and that is where that fridge was sitting. Both doors are open, and there's a cinder block set off to the side. There's no racks in it. She could have easily fit. There was nothing that you would have had to take out. I believe the fridge got moved I did see a video, but I thought it was in weeds behind it, had a bunch of trees and weeds by it, and then he went off on it, because I certainly didn't see the house behind. And you would have, if you were looking at the fridge open, the house would be right there, and there's no tree or anything. But in the video where Don went all nuts on the fridge, there was like trees and brush and stuff lined up all in a row, right? Y'all, do you want to just sit and talk about Dolly Vision? Because if you want to watch Dolly Vision, go over and watch him. But I'm trying to interact and do this, but that's not fair to me. It's really not, to keep talking about it and going, Dolly Vision, Dolly Vision, Dolly Vision. I'm sure he would say the same thing if he was seeing Mama D and 1111 and 1111 for all this time. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying, please be respectful, okay? For real, stay with me on what we're talking about, please, if you're in chat. Okay, when you set the fridge out, it's supposed to take the doors off. And these doors are not off. They are cockeyed open. Seriously. It's okay, Kimmy. I'm just saying, can we move on? Can we get back on to Summer Wells? That's all. Somebody got mad at me because I told a viewer, I said, please do not email me your theories, but rather go share them in the comments so everyone can see them, because it doesn't do me any good to read a 4-page theory. I want you to share your theory with everybody. And I was called very rude, and I'm like, whatever. Electric pole. Kylie says, I can't believe you just said electric pole. I had a dream, and it was Summer and another kid, and Summer said, it's the electric pole man that hurt me. Oh wow, that's weird. It's an electrical pole. And then there's that fridge, and the fridge is open. And I'm thinking about what Chris McDonough is saying, because he's like, I believe it had something to do with hide and seek. And I'm like, thinking, you know how you get those flashes like Donnie beating the fridge, and then the rumor that Jody Sue could hear Candus yelling at one of the boys or all of them saying, what did you do? We didn't do nothing, Mama. We didn't know. We didn't know. We didn't do nothing, Mama. Could that fit? You know, like an accident, like it's not their fault, right? It's the parents' fault for not being there. And could that be why Don Wells said, now maybe he is home and she's 30 feet, not yards, 30 feet from him when she got gone. Was he 30 feet away in the house somewhere, maybe watching something on the boob tube downstairs? I don't know, Girls Gone Wild, whatever. And the kids are out doing their own thing? I don't know. Fridge covering a hole, says Helen. Well, then when they moved the fridge, wouldn't there have been a hole? I think TBI would have found that. Hey, New Leaf. It breaks your heart when the boys said that, Carla. Mine too. They tried to make Josie feel so responsible. He's the oldest. Don Wells took Josie, the oldest boy, into an interview and literally held him there, hanging his arm over him. That boy could not even look up. And it was like the whole weight of Don's arm. It was almost as if he was applying all the weight onto Josie with every word he said about not being able to find Summer. You feel me? Yeah, Mariska, take it with a grain of salt, because it was Jody Sue Brown that alleged that she could hear Candus yelling at the boys, and the boys responding during the search that she heard up there on the hill. What have you done? Oh my God, what have you done? I mean, it just makes you wonder. Now, cadaver dogs were up on that property. I'm clapping like Chris Proudfoot, right? On that property by June 21st. Summer goes missing on the 15th. So you've got a 10-minute, maybe 15-minute window from death occurring to leaving the scent of death. You feel me? But then you have to remember also the dogs can miss stuff too. They're not infallible. I mean, it missed Travis, right? In the Decker case, Travis Decker. They kept broadening out their search for him. Then they found his bones real close to camp, and the dogs had missed it. And that was a decaying body laying out in the open, and they missed it. And they were looking close to his camp with cadaver dogs and missed Travis Decker completely. So we cannot use this concept that because the cadaver dogs did not find something, that death didn't occur. We cannot. Now, cadaver dogs work great when they do find something, because that's when you're locked in with fact and evidence and an outcome. But when they don't find anything, you do not have an outcome. If you did, they would not research the area with cadaver dogs again and again and again, really. You know, but they missed Travis Decker completely. Anna says, didn't Josie say there were bullet holes everywhere in that fridge? Good Lord. That's so creepy, because remember Don Wells saying that CPS came up there because someone said that his kids were firing live rounds. Dolly, I'm mentioning Dolly Vision. Dolly had mentioned that Don Wells told him and then showed him how they do something to him, add something to him that make them very, very, very powerful. Just saying. Hey, Loose Cannon, how are you, lovely? I love the colors of our new set. Do you love our set? I love it. I love that we can show their missing information over here. I love that we have a reel that's rolling for them. We've got everything we need. Loose Cannon says, I don't think Dawn was home. I do think Candus left. And I think she left to go with Hunter. I'm with you so far. I'm on the ride. You say she's not supposed to hang out with him, but she was going to anyway. Allie didn't watch over Hunter. Sure did not. She claims all of them lived the same way. One of the boys said Candus was worried that they would tell about the alcohol. I bet. Hey, Jill Jackson. I usually listen to the lives and clean around the house. Today I'm actually sitting and relaxing and finally in chat. Awesome, Jill. Thank you. Loose Cannon says because of their lifestyle and how they took care of them, kids and themselves, perfect storm. I agree with that. Hey, Lucky Shine. How are you, lovely? Good to see you. Love and Light says Hunter said mom had to approve him going with Candus because he was on probation. He did say that. Hey, Jamie Brown. Hello, lovely. Welcome to chat. Kylie says kids firing rifles, holes in fridge, and no parents, and very bad things can occur in your opinion. Bad, yep. I can't imagine leaving kids alone for 3 minutes, let alone 3 hours. You enjoy watching me? Well, thank you, lovely. I enjoy you being here, being with us. So, let's talk about this. If that did happen, they could have put her, let's say they found her pretty quick that she wasn't going to be okay. We talked about how they would not call 911. They could have at that point put her in a vehicle, and they didn't want to use one with GPS. They didn't want to use one that looked like it was running. Did they use, because keep in mind, if that dull burgundy type vehicle was the van that disappeared for 3 years, and if you know, and if you don't, go watch my last couple of videos. I go into great detail. Where is that video about the van? Let me go back up. I'll actually get you a picture of it. I'll show you the van. If I'm lucky, if I can find it. There's so many notes here. I do get overwhelmed. Is this it with the van? Nope, it's above it. Got it. See it down here? I'll give you a close-up, right? So with the van, this vehicle was there and running, right? Is this the one with prayer garden? Listen to this.
Remember right, because I thought it was the boat, right? The boat that might have been on top of on the other vehicle that, they sold to Kathy, right? The vehicle they gave over to Kathy. But I was thinking, because the other, Candus just recently made a video, right? And here's this red van. Here's the van. It was in the video recently. Now, this is also a red van that was up there when Summer went missing. This red van's been there for a long time. Matter of fact, Candus took on True and Hunter and all of them to get ice cream in this van, right? Remember True talking about how they went in the van to get ice cream? And Jody Sue said that that she saw a dull red, right? Go up the driveway, and the canoe in their yard was a dull red. But so is this van. This van's a dull, it ain't a bright red like the Subaru, right? It's dull. This is a dull looking, it's an old beat up dull looking van. Very possible. This is what Candus used June 15, 2021. Very possible because, somebody's been driving it. It's moved. Somebody's been driving it, right? So it was running. And I find it kind of interesting that, they haven't had this particular van in the spotlight in 3 years, right? 3 years. They was driving it before Summer went missing. And then they kept it out of the spotlight. Now it's back in it. There it is back there. Look, it's an old dull, just like Jody Sue described, an old dull looking red. Very well could have been what she transported her in. Absolutely. That's what could. And Jody Sue's like, it went up the driveway kind of rough, right? It wasn't sound like Dawn's or Grandis or Candus's vehicles. It was kind of rough. Well, I'm sure this thing would be kind of rough, right? I'm sure it would be kind of rough. So that's what I wanted to let people know is that particular van is, has been moved. Looks like it's been being driven again, right? Looks like it's been being driven again. And why they've had it, stationary. And here's Summer in it, right here. Proof. There's proof, receipt that this van was running. Proof that Summer was in this van. There it is. Candus driving it, right? Candus driving this particular vehicle. Absolutely. And what's right there behind her? What's behind her? Summer. That's Summer back there in the seat, right? So Candus did drive that vehicle, right? She drove that vehicle. Look at Summer. Look at her face. Like, she's looking at Candus like, what's wrong with you, right? What's wrong with you? There's Candus. There's Candus in the red van. There they are. So yes, they definitely was, before Summer came up missing, they had been driving this. And as I said, it's back right there. It's back, been moved, right? It's moved out of the spot. Looks like it's being drove again. So.
All right. So, that being said, if it went halfway up and came back halfway down, it would have had to have been at the top originally and not been seen to have already been coming back up. So if there was an accident and they were removing her, Summer, this could have been the vehicle that left originally with her, because they could convince the police, hey, this thing doesn't even run, because it disappears. Like, you can see that they were using it, but then when I go back to the 17th, right here, all the way back to the 17th, by the TBI of the aerial photo, that vehicle isn't there. So if they used that vehicle to remove Summer, I don't think they brought it back. Like Jody Sue said, it went halfway up the driveway, and I bet you somebody thought, oh, hell no, I can't be putting this vehicle up there. And remember, the Fred Hill, said the dogs tracked right up his driveway. He's got all them old trucks. He's going to the scrap yard. You got Candus walking back from Fred's. Did she drive there and then walk back? Do you feel me? Was she driving that red vehicle after what she did with Summer, which would have Summer scent all over that vehicle, possibly decomposed already, because there'd be a lot more than 10 minutes. And did that vehicle get parked down at Fred's? Is that why cadaver dogs tracked all the way up his vehicle, all the way up his driveway over to his truck? What if he lied? What if it was really one of those vehicles that were Dawn and Candus's? It would make sense how the living scent dogs would track Summer all over the property and down the driveway. I could see this, y'all. I could see this. I can see where all of a sudden all the people that are like, I'm still on 110 Ben Hill Road, I can be there with you. Hey, Lisa and okay, wait. Is it Lisa Andy F or Lisa and YF? Hi, Lisa. I don't even know. I'm sorry, love. I'm sorry. I think he took a vehicle from someone, allegedly. Every photo of Summer, she looks so traumatized and scared that she is with Candus, in your opinion. Y'all both don't feel that? You both feel that way? Carla says, I don't like the way Candus was looking at Summer. Poor baby. Hi, Kimmy. Kimmy Burchett says, generational trauma, addiction, neglect, and possible abuse. Kylie says, Candy was jealous of that beautiful girl, her daughter, in your opinion. I think you were right on that. I could feel that. Jennifer Swain says, my boys had BB pews, but they were locked up until their father was with them for target practice. Dawn didn't want another felony charge, 25 years to life in prison. Yeah. Barbara, you said you should sell the goats in your shop. Love it. I do have a screaming goat that is going in the shop. Let me go grab him. I'll be right back. I gotta show it to you. He just came in. I'll just say Santa's elf brought him. Hold on a minute. Is it this one? Yes. Okay, you guys. You gotta see it. That is so wild she said that. Look. The screaming goat. Because I think it was Marky. Was it Marky? Who was it last time? Somebody wanted us to get the screaming goat in the store. Now, it's not the Christmas one, because Christmas is over. But I've got him. I got him. I'll put him in the store this week. We have a deck party coming up on Wednesday over on Crime Story Mama. We have so much fun. And we give away a lot of valuable items. I'm just saying, for real. We just gave away, it covers the shipping. So it's a $30 e-card, gift card to the shop. But it actually is $60 because we're covering the shipping too. So Kylie says, and that is that the red truck they are looking for rather than a red Tacoma? Wouldn't that be crazy? Tammy says, OMG, so cute, Momity. I know, right? I wanted you to be able to use the goat to scream with me from home when we had those moments where you're like, ah! Good to see you, Tammy. Barbara says, hey, everyone, this is the best YouTuber to watch. I love her. Stuck on great aura of energy. Oh. Thank you, dear. Thank you. Thank you. Rach says, me and both sisters have matching scarves on our shins where our brother scars. I put scarves. Chalk it up to the snow. You have scars on your shins where our brother shot us with pew pew. Dang. I will take a screaming goat for sure. He is very needed in my house. And your handbag, I get you. When you love, you guys, could you imagine? Like, I'll give you an actual example where I wished I would have had a screaming goat. Because it would have been so funny. So, it's Halloween night. And we're running the haunted house. And we need like 12 of these huge double-sized red helium-filled balloons because we're going to tie them to the grates all over town because, we're doing the haunted house. The theme is clowns. We're thinking Pennywise, the grate. So we're tying the balloons, right? These are just super-sized red balloons. I go to the checkout. I finally get my turn, and there's a great deal of people behind me. And we have one checkout in my town. Lucky if they open the other one ever. Like, it has to, be a miracle. And so I tell the girl, I'm like, can I get 7 of the extra large red giant balloons, please? Okay? Filled with helium. And she literally, she looked like she was 12, first of all. She's a tiny little thing. And you can tell this is probably her first job ever. And I think they're going to have a hard time training her. And I'm not meaning that mean. I'm just stating a fact. Because she literally looked at me. And with all absolute honesty and complete, she said, do you want strings on them? I'm getting 12 of those ginormous balloons filled with helium, and she's wanting to know if I need anything to hold on to them with. Keep in mind, it's blowing outside. Like, there's stuff in the parking lot is having to be brought in because it's blowing along. And I'm like, ah! All I did is look as calm as I could. I said, oh, no, just hand them all to me. I'll just run to the car and hope I make it. And she's like, really? I'm like, nah, go ahead, give me the strings. What the heck? I know a long story to get to that part, but it just floored me. It literally floored me. Like, I literally, you should have seen everybody in line. They were like, how would you get to the car without the strings, right? But when I said, nah, just give them all to me, I'm just going to make a run for it. I hope I can do it. I thought the entire room was going to die. It was totally funny. So yeah, could you imagine now if she would have asked that and I would have just went. It had been very, very funny. But so let's get back on track. That all happened, right? Oh, yeah, no strings. I couldn't believe it. I thought to myself in my head, well, how would you, I just want that to be a new thing that I get, like, go film it, like, send somebody in, and then when that person won't give them strings, tell them they've got to get all 12 of these giant red helium balloons in the windiest day ever in their car. All 12 of them. It was just wild. Just wild. Yeah, I know, right? All right, so let's get back in. It was that lady cracked me up. I know I cracked myself up too. But the lady cracked me up because I didn't even know where to go with that. I thought to myself, how are they going to train this person? Like, legitimately. I was watching a TikTok the other day and this girl was real young. She was like maybe 19 or 20 and she's all pretty and had, the lines on the side of the nose all put in with the big dot on the end and the eyelashes were perfect. She was perfect. And she's like, I found out something. You can breathe in the shower. She said it like sincere. She's like, I just found out something. You can breathe while you're in the shower. And I'm like, what in the world is going on with our people? Yeah, no strings attached. Here's your sign. Okay. So, but sincerely, the question is, and I'm going to get off here because I know we're way off the task. They're still asking you if you need a bag. You'll carry it all on your head, Julie? You'll put it in your pocket? Aw, there's a family. I can't show you because there's children. My dogs are going to bark, but a family have a sleigh and they're pulling it with 2 little kids on it, where they went sledding and they're coming home probably to do hot cocoa. That is so cool. They got a dog with them. That is so awesome. It's a nice day out though. All right, you guys. So that is what I have today. No need to push it any further. I just wanted to get that out there. And it made me think of kind of that idea of, could Summer have gotten into that refrigerator? They found her just in time where it's like not enough time to save her, or she had just passed. It's so weird about the red van, right? That just disappears. After 3 years, it comes back to Ben Hill Road. So it's there before Summer went missing. 3 years go by. It's nowhere to be seen, including, like I said, even on the 17th of June, when TBI did their aerial shot of that yard, that van wasn't there. So when Jody Sue saw that, like, darkish burgundy red that was dull and not shiny, that was struggling, didn't sound like a newer vehicle, go halfway up and back down, were they about to return on Ben Hill? And then they were like, oh, no, I can't bring the vehicle back. I just disposed, right? And so then did the dogs track all the way to Fred's? Yeah, they did. Why? Candus was walking back from Fred's. That's a long walk. And then, did she get back up on the hill? And is that why the dispatcher said the mother went on a walk, had Candus drove that red vehicle over to Fred's? where the cadaver dogs went all the way up his driveway and hit on one of his trucks. Wow. That really has me stuck. I'm stuck now on that. Because Candus was walking back from Fred's. That was said by Fred. It was said by the 911 operator that the mother was out for a walk. And when she came back, Summer was gone. Had she deposited Summer somewhere else and walked back from Fred's to the hill? Will I be doing a reading tonight on this theory? No, ma'am, but I will be tomorrow. So we'll see what it provides. I have no idea if this theory is even something that did happen. I'm just saying, no stone unturned. Jill Jackson says when Jody Sue said she heard a scream, she said she saw a flash of red, what could have been. I think that scream could have actually been Candus. What in my shop, lovely? Sorry to go off topic, but Mama D, do you have any nice labradorite crystal? Yes, I do. I do. You're talking about rainbow moonstone, same thing as labradorite. I do. I have two. I have one that's really, really big. Definitely. That stuff is so hard to photograph, though, because the light has to hit it just right, or it just doesn't have much of an appearance of nothing but like a foggy color. As soon as the light hits it and you see all the beautiful rainbows of colors, you're like, oh, it's like magic, right? Yes, but the flash of red, I think that's the vehicle that went missing. They waited 3 years before they brought that vehicle back. Where was it? When they came back from Arkansas, that's when that red van that went missing, when Summer went missing, started showing up on that property. Oh, thank you, Ellie. Yes, please. Yeah, just go to the shop and just do some looking around and you'll see it. I'm thinking a red vehicle leaving quickly after the scream. Could be. It could have been Candace's scream, finding her. Ah! And then, guttural, animalistic. Could be a parent finding, Can I recommend anything better for scrying? Well, I think, crystal is actually the best that you could use, is quartz crystal. And I just sold my big one, so I'll have to get another one in. But that's the best for me, but everybody has their preference. Jill says maybe, just maybe, there could be some evidence in that van if it was used. TBI should be checking that van. It's back on the property allegedly again. Thank you, Allison Lovely, and welcome to our mod squad for our private eyes watching them. We'll make our own song. Maybe I'll get Quentin to make us up one, right? Fred was hauling scrap to Scrapyard West Side, I think it is called. Interesting. No, not a few hours back from Fred's. It's a long ways. Probably take her, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. Not that long. Aw, Nikki, thank you, lovely. Yes, check out the shop, you guys. If you are looking for a gift for yourself or something special just for you, there is some wonderful ideas, all kinds of different things. Like if I see it, it's like a tea shop. If I see it and it calls to me, I get it and then I offer it up to you guys. And that's been helping me be able to continue to do YouTube, even when YouTube wouldn't allow me to make enough money to pay my rent. I can still do YouTube full time because of my shop. So you support me by using the shop. So thank you, my lovelies. Jackson, just wait. He's getting to where every time he knows I'm saying bye on the video, he starts wanting up in my lap, like forcing himself in my lap because he wants to come up and say hi. That's so funny. So I'm going to teach him no, because I don't want to do that every time. But that's right, Nikki UK. Candus, don't walk nowhere. She walked back from Fred's. Why? Because she drove a vehicle there and most likely left it. And that's probably what the cadaver dogs were hitting on. Yes, I do have very good quality products. Thank you, Kylie. I did, Rachel. I did. I checked it last night. I just didn't have any time. But I will make time tonight to make sure, because I know you've claimed your gift card. And your gift card is on its way from your 1111 family. So, thank you, Allison. All right, my lovelies. Let's go ahead. And I got us my outro back. We're back to an outro. I'm not going to do an intro. I mean, I get so tired of having to fast forward through intros. And I'm like, I'm just not going to do that to my people. But on the outro, it gives you a little time to go do whatever you're going to do. And yeah. So I want to say thank you guys because you've been hyping up my videos like crazy. Like my YouTube reports are looking amazing because of you. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think I'm leaving the hill of 110 Ben Hill now that I'm really thinking about this whole cadaver dog hitting over at Fred's and Candus walking back. What vehicle did she drive and leave at Fred's that the cadaver dogs were hitting on? Could it be the red van? Could there have been an accident? Was the red van used to remove Summer and then parked over at Fred's? That really has me. So, I love you so much. I will see you again very, very soon. Bye for now.